Oh, hello, Solar Empire. This is Katrina. And, well, I'm the person that's going to be taking over you. What is you? It's the entire solar system. Everything from the lint cloud inwards. Everything from lint cloud inwards, I shall conquer. I'm going through a few minor setbacks, and this is an incident report of one of them. One of some hero stopping my form of villainous with douchebaggery. Heroic douchebaggery of heroic doucheness. Why are all the heroes that end up being rivals to douchebags? I should probably start putting on my evil costume more when I do these. Oh yeah, that's the format's getting better for introducing it to thing where I'll probably have like some flashy thing or at least some music or a part of a music video. Maybe we'll just have the music video like go a little bit on or whatnot while I'm talking here and just have it be like the way me talking and shit and just be like as part of it. Maybe like have some like today's episode was brought to you by and some fake brand name or something. I'll figure it out. So, incident report. I got kicked out of the Vivian, which is transition housing for people whose lives have been completely destroyed by prostitution, which they never told me before I went in there. This is one of the things that, they left out so I could actually have some place and not be sleeping outside. So what happened was I was dealing with a couple staff that were making up shit at me and right once a month. And the morning of, I had gone to a situation where Big Ange, one of the people involved with one of my previous terrible places, really, really abusive, larger First Nations girl. I say First Nations girl because it's expected that women are the abusive ones in First Nations culture. I mean, at least to the res. And that's pretty much how she handles shit. She handles it like, it's res living all the time in downtown Vancouver. Still figuring out good camera angles for this that don't like hurt my head or whatnot. I can do well. Grip claws, trap, sort of things. So I dealt with her, and she was essentially abusing, harassing somebody else. That I ended up like, she just wanted to enter the door, go whatnot. It's like I just want to go inside. And I'm like, hey, what's going on there? It's not your business. Well, it looks bad, is just what I'm saying. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. How dare you sort of make accusations? If somebody's not abusive would have been like, oh shit, it does look bad. Oh fuck, that's how people that aren't told fucking abusive dish with. And it got to the point where she's like, don't be putting your face in my shit. I'm like, don't be fucking throwing your shit around in public. I mean, seriously, when you're being a fucking abusive person, guy or girl, guess what? Somebody, as a bystander, is worse than me allowing myself to be a bad guy and hated, villainously, saying, hey, what's going on up there? That situation looks kind of bad, Looks like you're doing like some evil that like I don't really sort of call form for and like agree with. So it ended up having a standoff, and she's being threatening, even though her arms weren't up, they were down to their side. It's like, can't be threatening, my arms aren't up. Dude, you're in my personal space, and you're titty bumping me, but not in a way that's like, friendly. Like, you're not bro titty, but like, bruh titty. Whatever. She was actually being quite threatening, even with her arms down, and she didn't quite seem to understand what it was of being threatening to other people. Or maybe she did understand it, but she also understood how to get around it for what the rules were for how things worked. And that was just in the morning. I end up like coming home and just be like, oh yeah, today's one of these days. Probably going to get kicked out tonight. Kicked out for a couple days because at this point it's probably gonna be banned like tonight. I'm probably gonna get blamed, and the staff are gonna make up some shit and kick me out. That's how I've been going. They make up some shit, and then like the other staff are like, no, we have to go alongside with what they say. Yeah, maybe from your perspective, we have to understand their perspective. People talk about from perspective means they're lying. I know it's supposed to be a hypothesis, but anytime that's said to me, it means this means the other person's lying about what happened. That's what that means. So I end up going to sleep and getting woken up to a resident in another room going, You fat dyke! You only helped me out because you wanted my pants! Good old Josie. And her weird sort of lesbian curious or bi-curious shit that, like, she freaks out on people over. I end up, like, shouting at her because, it's kind of homophobic or whatnot. It's just, like, a little bit arrogant. And she ends up yelling at me. You wear tight dresses and short skirts to try to force me to like you. I was in that housing to try to avoid that stupid shit. I go to female housing to try to avoid that creepy ass shit that I deal with in co-ed housing. By the way, I'm in co-ed housing now because I couldn't escape in all of women's housing. So, and so I do what to just try to force me to like them. I freak out on the person that says that line. Doesn't matter who the line's directed about or to or whatnot. You freak out on that person. Like a good damn person. Okay? If you hear that, I want you to freak out on whoever says that. It's the only correct response to that. And I start doing things. I'm more just interested in scaring her. I don't want to actually hurt her or whatnot. I just want to leave me alone for a bit. Because she's kind of been doing the thing where she'd get naked while flailing. And turns out she only does that when she's around me. And, like, going around, like, having her shirt pulled down, her butt showing, thinking, like, I'm going to jump her or some shit. I thought she just didn't have clothes that properly fit. She'd get pissed off if I got her clothes that fit better, or, like, suspenders. Turns out she'd also set it up, like, around the corner, like, unbutton bit of her shirt, pull down her pants, and expect this to be, like, me suddenly, like, the definition of no mutating here, I'm at this place to avoid that shit myself. I like no to not have a mutable definition. So, and while I'm kicking down the door, two of the staff come up, and they say, you have to leave, we can't accept that here. I point at the door and was like, I shouldn't have to deal with that here. And so they call the cops and tell me I'm kicking down the office door. So the cops pick me up and, like, for kicking down the door, I'm confused because I thought they were picking me up for Josie's door being kicked down. And so I went along with the willing one because, I was kicking down a door. I mean, I'll take responsibility for shit I actually did. Spend overnight in jail because I think this is Sunday night. So I wake up in the morning, go to court, and, like, I'm giving my statement about, like, I was kicking. Like, well, get to the point where kicking the office door down. What? The office door? Can you tell us about you kicking that down or whatnot? What? That didn't happen. The fuck you talking about? That's what you're here for. You're not here for kicking down her door, which I would have gladly accepted. You're here for kicking down the office door. That didn't happen. Were you using that night? On alcohol or drugs? No, I wasn't. Right, if you're not going to cooperate. And then defense was all like, well, we're going to look to get a plea bargain or whatnot. It's kind of like alternative measures that you had when you were a teenager or whatnot. But, like, it doesn't get recorded as a criminal charge. No, I'm going to plead not guilty. That I would not advise for that because they have evidence. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. And it will go in criminal record when you're found guilty. Turns out I was found not guilty. Well, it turns out the charge was dropped in June on the grounds that they were just fucking made up. Yeah. Their douchebaggery saved me from being in that building. All the other residents of the building are safe from me now. Even though they didn't really find me threatening or really that much of a problem, and they actually found me freaking out a lot nicer than other people freaking out. They prefer me freaking out over other people. Yeah. Damn hero.